came down to the conflict between the assistant and Alex Jones. It had nothing to do with Bernie Sanders. Alex Jones was just trying to be the independent journalist he is and ask questions, and the assistant was being a pain in the butt.
Yeah, but, here's the thing. The Democrats have pretty much demonized everybody from Alex Jones down in the alternative media. Weren't they the ones who called us the alt-right, like we're supposed to be a bunch of Nazis or something? Because they want to taint us with that, so they automatically discount any of our people, even though you may not like Alex Jones, you may think he's a little wild for your taste, but there are a lot of other good journalists outside of him that still get discounted. They ask these Democrats, and some of the rhinos for that matter, these tough questions that need to be answered, and they don't want to answer them.
That's true. And I've seen the Democrats specifically on their particular brand of news demonize people like not only Alex Jones, but Sean Hannity and Rush Limbaugh and Michael Savage. And they've just their whole goal is to label, like you said, label us to the degree that after a while, when they keep slamming that label on the alt-right or whatever you want to call it, then other people might say, oh, maybe that might be the truth since they've said it over and over and over and over, that it plays out in that kind of thing, where if you believe a lie long enough, it becomes truth, So the Democrats are slamming everybody that is not in their, in their corral, if you will, and are not believing their narrative. And to me, we just got to push that much harder.
Yes, but I think they've actually done a good job of discounting a lot of us, because just from my point of view, I think they've gotten through to some of these people with lies, mind you, that the people on the alt-right or the alternative media, and I'm not even talking the Hannitys and the Limbaughs. It's Alex Jones and lesser, basically, guys on our level and beyond. We were the ones, maybe the only other big one was Michael Savage, but we were the ones that really exposed Hillary for who she was during the election, and now it's a full force attack on us, and with the help of Facebook and the fake news crap that they pitch on us, that pretty much get anything alt-right, as they call it, less views because it's fake news because they say it's fake news. And then like Google, who's just, has censored so many and gotten rid of so many channels that would be considered alt-right. So it's not just the politicians that are attacking us, not just the mainstream media, but you have the Facebooks and the YouTubes and those joining in, and I think it's making a small impact.
Yeah, that's true. And I look at everything that is out there, and I may have missed a few things, may have overlooked a few things. We do that every once in a while. We're so focused on certain things that we may miss the most important thing that may make everything that we're doing, a little better and a little more clearer to others. But when I looked at most of the stuff during the campaign, I saw how Hillary Clinton was pushing the Democratic narrative of everything on the other side, meaning the Republicans or the alt-right, is crap and you must listen to us. That was her attitude in her campaign. And unfortunately, like you said, a few people, believed her. And unfortunately, for them, they are lost in that confusion of Democratic narrative because now they're just spinning around like a top. They don't know what's going on now. But you, I, and all the rest of the alternative media, we've exposed the Democrats, Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, for who they are. And even when that is, and some of that has been on the mainstream news on the networks, that they still don't want to believe it. They still demonize us. And frankly, they don't care how we feel or what news we have to reveal the truth. They don't care.
That's because we can't be accurate because we don't have a big team of support, and we don't have the big budgets, and we're not able to just read a document that is printed by the government to explain to you that what's going on inside of either the Hillary, the DNC, I should say, or maybe some other source, like when Obama talked about, and you brought it up earlier, you didn't actually mention Obama, but you brought it up that we were funding the terrorists inside of Syria. We found out through one of his speeches, and it's on the website, but people won't go to the whitehouse.gov to see the transcripts where he says we are funding we increasing our training of ISIL forces in Anbar province. Now You tell me he says that literally, and people I mean, you got video of it, you got the transcript on the whitehouse.gov website saying those exact words, and it never happened to a Democrat or anybody who believes the mainstream media.
Yeah, exactly. I post stuff on my Facebook page at Wayne S. Fierce, and friends of mine or people I know on there come in and go, well, that's your opinion, or you're not looking at it right, or you're not seeing it. I'm putting the information in your face where I've got it. And like you said, the whitehouse.gov, the UN information, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, I'm putting all that information out there. And people are looking at it going, no, that's bullcrap. And they run. It's like,
Hey, if Snopes, like if you can't Google it and get that first Google link, or if Snopes doesn't have it, it's not true.
Yeah, exactly. Like this month, I'll give you a heads up. Like this month, I don't know what day, I think it was this weekend or next, the Bilderberg Group is meeting.
Yes.
In Turin, Italy. Now, a lot of people say, well, that never existed 10 years ago. That's a conspiracy theory. Now the mainstream propagandists, the network, CNN and all them, are now mentioning them. And we're the ones that exposed them, or Alex Jones and other people back then, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, exposed them for what they are. And now it's out. It's out in the public arena. And people are going, who are they? Oh, that's bullcrap. And they don't want to see it.
Yep. No, it's the same with a lot of stuff. You'll post a publication from a government agency. You can read it verbatim, and they think it's your words, for one, and then they call you a liar on it. When you sourced it, you said, this comes from the FBI website on such and such a date. Here's the link, and it's a lie to them.
Yeah, exactly. And if you hear my podcast, I give you the links. I give you the name of the person that wrote the article, or, I say, well, it's only a video in this, so I'm sharing this video. You assess it and make up your own mind. That's what I do. It's not my words. It's theirs. Okay? They're the ones that wrote it, not me. The memes that I share and all that, they're the ones that, not me. So, yeah, then, people demonize me for putting that up. It's like, it's not mine. Okay? I fully accept responsibility for what I say, but since I'm putting up links of and authors of articles that other people wrote, it's not mine. Go check it out.
Right. It's not opinion. You're giving a source and documentation. So we still have a long way to go as an alternative media to fight and battle the mainstream brainwashing that's out there. Now, to go back to the Russian thing we spoke earlier, you know that the Justice Department internal watchdog has concluded that James Comey defied his authority at times during his tenure at the FBI when he was the director. Now, this is coming out now, months after his book, that the mainstream media, I guess they didn't pay attention to any of this kind of stuff. They just wanted to talk about what was in his book because it talked bad about the president.
Yeah, and I myself personally have looked through most of that, and not only from the alternative media, the independent media, but also from the propagandists on the network. I've seen both sides, and I've literally looked at some of the stuff that really identifies Comey as basically falling down on the job. He treated that job like, we'll just do this. I'll get away with it, whatever, And no, he literally needs to be in jail for what he did. He pretty much compromised the security of the United States of America.
Yeah, but what else would you expect when you had Loretta Lynch mob running the whole thing in the beginning as well?
Yeah, they all those involved in that whole thing, that whole investigation, and we can stop it right now just by arresting all of them and throwing their asses in prison.
Yeah, but I think they're covering, I mean, there's some evidence that they did this to cover something up themselves, and they're saying that there's a cover-up on the other side. I mean, it's bait and switch almost. It's distraction.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a distraction. It's saying, it's literally them saying, oh, we didn't do anything wrong when they did, but they're blaming other people for them doing something wrong. It's like, well, they caused us to do this. Really? No, no, it's a distraction. And that's what they're good at. But then you and I and others in our media, turn around and we expose these people for who they are. And then we, as I like to say, we connect the dots and follow the money, and we find out who's getting paid for all this.
We got to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. When we return, more of Wayne S. Pierce and myself. Be right back.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Because the John LeBang Show will be right back
After this.
That's guaranteed. Yes.
Pane in the Glass, commercial and residential window cleaning. For a beautiful, sparkling shine that's crystal clear. Call Pane in the Glass Window Cleaning. You can find them on Facebook at Pane in the Glass.
Quality One Painting. For interior and exterior painting needs, call Tom at Quality One, 313-982-2986. Tom will give you free estimates, senior discounts, and I can tell you from meeting the gentleman, he's one of the nicest guys on the face of the planet. So for a quality paint job with a professional attitude, call Tom at Quality One Painting. That's 313-982-2986. 313-982-2986. Quality One Painting.
You're listening to the John LeBang Show.
Join the radio revolution right here.
It's better than some good Thai stick, man.
Yes, I would like some too. All right, folks, thank you for joining me. John LeBang here, of course, and I'm joined with my good friend from Montana. You're way out there, brother. Wayne S. Pierce.
Yeah, you betcha.
So you have some West Coast perspective, and something about California's going down right now, and you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Just give you a heads up, little behind-the-scenes baseball. I grew up in California, in Stockton, California, so I know California pretty well. So Governor Brown is now taking the water restriction policies and making them permanent. In other words, they were only supposed to be temporary for a little while, but no, he's literally making it permanent and pissing off a lot of people, to the point where one of the stories I read was that you can't take a shower or run your dishwasher or whatever at the same time. In other words, you can't water your lawn and do anything else. You're just not going to be able to use the water on your lawn or wash your car out in the driveway. So it's getting, if you look at all the news coming out of California, I'm going to say, being a former Californian myself and seeing the writing on the wall is why I left, it's now a sanctuary state. It's a city state. It's run by a dictator, and it's a mess. It's just a complete and total mess.
And these rules were put in place because they had a so-called drought, correct?
Exactly. And they wanted to save some water, and they wanted to make sure there was conservation going on and everybody was fine. And this has been going on for quite some time. And the last time I went there, back in 2014, before moving up here to the Treasure State of Montana, when I went to my folks' house and went to other areas, the lawns looked like crap because you couldn't water. And it was just, it didn't look good, and it's not good now. And it's just unfortunate that California, the Golden State, is now, well, they stole the gold, and now they don't really care.
And why can't they get water? I mean, they're right on the ocean. They don't have a way of any desalinization plants anywhere, or they don't want to build them? Why would